Hello and welcome to this revised review of Dirt 5 on Xbox One X. Now the game was given a Day Zero patch which addressed some bugs but left the release build in a terrible state with screen tearing and frame rate drops everywhere as well as jittery names above the cars. It was a real mess. Amazingly, and with all credit to the team at Codemasters, a second patch has been released already just a few days later, and this is the result. As you can see, the game now runs beautifully, easily as well as the base PS4 version in terms of screen tearing and frame rate. Namely, I can't see any screen tearing anymore, and the frame rate only dips in very extreme circumstances when the screen is full of cars. And so we're back to being able to enjoy Dirt 5 as it was surely intended to be played. There's still the option there for graphical prioritizing. You can choose between image quality, which boosts trackside detail, and I'm assuming aims for a consistent 4K output, and frame rate, which does reduce some detail and I think reduces resolution in busy scenes, but if it does, it's not as noticeable as that in Project Cars 3. Shudder. While you can see some lighting being applied to the environments in chunks in the middle to far distance, it's a small price to pay for such a great looking game running at around 60 frames per second. I expect the next-gen versions will solve even these small problems, so look out for a video about those next week. So we're left to critique Dirt 5 based on its content rather than its performance, which means I can raise my review score from the previous 3 out of 5 to a well-deserved 4 out of 5. And just to note, I don't do half stars on my channel. I still feel that the damage model is disappointing, taking a step back from Dirt 2 and Dirt 3's superb vehicular destruction. It's a weird way to say it, but it is. And I also feel that the races should have more personality from the other drivers. Again, something that was done so well in Dirt 2. But aside from that, this is a beautiful, highly playable and particularly great sounding game. I would also like to take this opportunity to address some of the comments I saw on my previous video, one in particular suggesting that they had read arcade reviews of Dirt 5 which put them off. Well, let me make it perfectly clear. Having grown up playing every major console since 1991, a great video game is just a great video game. Realistic games can be borderline unplayable because they're too realistic, and arcade games can be too shallow. The very best games simply put the user experience front and center. While this isn't the best racing game I've ever played, not by a long way actually, it really does want you to have fun and does what it can to allow that. Fact is, no other modern racer lets you play its career mode in 4-player split screen, and no other modern racer lavishes so much care and attention on what is arguably a comparatively simplistic experience. There is absolutely space for this type of game, especially at the launch of a new console generation where some people will just want to be dazzled and have a great time doing it, just as there's space for the obviously superb simulation of Dirt Rally 2.0. So, I hope you enjoy playing Dirt 5 alongside other more serious racers. This game deserves to be played. For more details, do read my review in the next issue of Official PlayStation Magazine, where I go into much more depth about what works and what doesn't work, but for now, hear this. Dirt 5 is a really good game, and now it looks as good as it should. Check out my channel for more video game reviews as well as music and more. And if you're wondering, this 4K footage was captured on an Atomos Ninja 5, and I must say I'm loving this thing, so do check out my review here on the left. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.